It's 8:15 in the morning. You are in Delhi. The metro is packed shoulder to shoulder. No space to breathe outside the road. There is a sea of fog, smoke. The auto rickshaw waving through the traffic that hasn't moved like in 10 minutes. You only need to travel just 2 kilometers to get from metro to your office. But there is no clean, affordable, easy way to do it. So you squeeze into another auto. You sit in the same traffic. You arrive late, frustrated, and breathing air that this isn't just a rare day for hundreds of millions of people across India and especially in mega cities. This is very single day normal. That's the right there is the problem I want to talk about today. Welcome to this podcast. My name is Mohammed Anas. I am MBA student at Teesside University, London. Today I'm going to talk about the thought, a business idea that I believe can genuinely help solve one of the most complex sustainability challenge facing modern India. We brought today to look at urban congestion, air pollution, and the last mile connectivity gap. And then I introduce you to a solution inspired by one of the most successful micromobility company in the world, that is called Lime. So let's get into this. Before we talk about bikes and business models, I want to spend a couple of minutes on something that I think gets oversimplified constantly in business conversations. What is sustainability? Most people, when they hear the word, think of recycling bins and the solar panels. They think it means being kind to the environment. And yes, that's just part of it. But sustainability is much bigger than that. Most widely accepted definition comes from the Brundtland Commission, a United Nations report from 1987, which defines sustainable development as meeting the need of the present without compromising the ability future generation to meet their own needs. It's not just about trees and carbons. It's about intergeneration justice. It's asking, are the decisions we make today leave the world in the better or worse condition for the people who are coming after us? So, in 1997, business strategist John Elkington took the idea and made it practical for organization. He introduced the triple bottom line, the idea that is truly sustainable business or system must deliver value across three-dimensional simultaneously. First is people, plant, and profit. Not do all three at the same time, because here the hard truth: a business that make money but destroy the environment, not sustainable. A charity that help people but can't fund itself, not sustainable. A ego project that protect nature but leave community in poverty, still not sustainable. Real sustainability, according to Elkington, triple bottom line means you solve the social problem, protect environmental system, and generate enough economic return to keep doing it forever. And then in 2015, the United Nations went further still. They published the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, the SDG, a global blueprint for what a sustainable world actually look like in 2030. Clean air, affordable transport, reduced inequality, climate action, healthy city. These aren't aspirations. They are measurable targets that government, business, and organizations are now being held accountable to United Nations 2025. Connecting theory to the problem. So why does all this matter for India? Because India's cities are failing on all three dimensional of the triple bottom line sustainability. And that is an extraordinary business and social opportunity if you approach it with the right framework. India has 7 of the world's 10 most polluted cities. Delhi's annual average PM 2.5 pollution level transports single largest contribution to the urban pollution. Every petrol and diesel engine on these roads are active ongoing pollution that's hurting sustainability. Congestion costs Indian cities $2 billion a year in lost productivity. The average commute in Bangalore or Mumbai exceed 45 minutes even for a journey of just a few kilometers. But the deepest people problem in the last mile gap. Most Indian cities have metro system and bus network, but getting from your front door to the metro station, the final one of the 3 kilometers, there is often no clean, safe, affordable option. To the poor community always breathe the worst air, and the air have the fierce transport choice. And now, profit or economic sustainability dimension. Indian urban population will reach 60 million by 2021. Enormous concentration of economic activity and an enormous market, but right now that market is being served by fragmented, polluted, ineffective transport ecosystem that cost economy billion even year. The economic cost not solving this problem is growing every single day. 3 crises, 1 root cause, 1 interconnected failure of sustainability across all the 3 dimensions. And that is precisely where our solution entered to the market. So the solution is Line is an American micro-mobility company that is founded in 2017, now operating in over 30 countries, 250 cities worldwide. Their model is elegant in its simplicity: GPS-enabled bicycle and e-bikes unlocked by a smartphone app written for a few pences and left at your destination. No fixed docking station, no queuing, no complicity. Scan, ride, park, done. My proposal is to bring a line-inspired model adapted specifically for Indian conditions to 5 cities like Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore and Chandigarh, then scaling to the remaining 3 cities. But here is the crucial point I want you to hold on to as we go through this. This is not just a business expansion. This is a designed sustainability intervention. Every single element of this model, the pricing, the technology, the city selection, the partnership strategy has been built to deliver impact against all 3 dimensions of the triple bottom line and against the UN's sustainability development goals. This is what I mean to operationalize sustainability not as a side effect, as the core design principle, how it delivers on sustainability. Let me now show you exactly how this model maps onto the triple bottom line, because this is the analytical core of everything. First thing is planet environmental sustainability. Every shared bicycle trip that replaces a motorized journey removes carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter from the air. At our project scale, nearby 60,000 bicycles completing 5.5 trip by year 3. We are facilitating over 3,300 zero emission journeys every single day across 5 Indian cities. That is not a marginal contribution. That is structural decarbonization of urban short trip mobility. No exhaust, no fuel, no emission. Just normal human energy for e-bikes, electricity from a grid that is itself becoming clear as India's renewable energy capacity growth. A report by Niti Aayog in 2022. This directly addresses SDG 13 climate action and emphasize SDG 11 sustainability city and communities, which specifically call for access to safe, affordable, sustainable transport system for all, with particular attention to all need of those in vulnerable situations. Social sustainability, here is where I get really interesting. Shared cycle is one of the few mobility solutions that improves equality rather than emphasizing. A monthly bicycle share subscription at 18 to 20 rupees per trip cost less than half the day auto rickshaw fare. Same journey for a day commuter, nurse, a factory worker, a junior office employee, saving over a month can be significant. We are improving transport access for all income urban workers who currently have the worst option and bear the highest transport cost burden. We are also creating local employment, maintenance, technicals, fleet rebalancer, community ambassadors. These are real jobs in local communities, building local ownership of the service. Social sustainability means communities benefit. This map directly to SDG 10 reduces inequality and SDG 3 good health and well-being, because cleaner air means fewer respiratory hospital admission, fewer sick and longer lives. A bike sharing scheme is literally public health intervention. Let's talk about the profit. A sustainability solution that cannot fund itself is not a solution. It's a subsidy. Our financial projection based on Yulu India pricing benchmark and Lime's emerging market development data shows break-even achievement by year 3 on a cumulative capacity investment of approximately 23.5 million US dollar. Let's talk about economic sustainability. The solution sustainable itself. It doesn't need government handout to survive. It generates a return that found its own growth. That is how you scale sustainability intervention for 5 cities to 50. And this is precisely what these in 1998 identified as defining characteristics of social entrepreneurship. The fusion of commercial viability and social purpose. We are not a charity that does transport. We are not a transport company that happen to be green. We are a sustainability first enterprise that is also commercially intelligent. Sustainable analysis. Now, good theories need to be tested against reality. So let's run through the context quickly. Using a tester framework, politically, the Indian government is actively aligned with sustainable urban transportation. The smart city missions mandate cycling infrastructure in 100 cities. That's report from Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs in 2022. Chandigarh has literally published a public tender for a city-wide cycle scheme. And economically, India's urban middle class is growing, and UPI, that is digital payment process, of like 8 billion transactions in a single month in 2023. The payment infrastructure for app-based rental is already there. India is the world's largest two-wheeler market. The cultural familiarity with two-wheel transport is a genuine adaptation. 750 million smartphones users in India means our app-based model is accessible at the rental scale. Environmentally, the air quality crisis urgently public and regulatory demand for clean transport, legally regulation like very city by city, which is risk, but that a joint venture with the local partners who knows the regulatory landscape can manage effectively. The competition space is still wide open. Yulu Bike, the market leader, had just 15,000 bike and has not reached profitability. This report from Yulu 2023. No dimension player has emerged. Window for first mover advantage is open right now. Challenge and honest responses. So I am going to straightforward here because sustainability washing, making things sound better than they are, is one of the most damaging things happening in business today. Indian commuters are price conscious. The response is not to change London price in Delhi. It's design a tiered pricing model for India. Low per trip cost, affordable subscription, and B2B corporate contract with tech computers to guarantee the utilization. Challenge to regulation. License vary by city and can be revoked. The response is start where the government is already inviting proposals like Chandigarh and co-design city pilot where municipal authorities rather than arriving and demanding access. So there are three challenges: infrastructure and vandalism. Bikes get damaged. Smart lock hardware need to be Indian design, India manufactured, partnering with Hero Cycle or TI Cycle, not imported, and fragile solar assistant charging remove grid dependency. Challenge for adoption. People need to trust a new thing before they try it. Hyper-local launch zone, desk park, universities, campus, and residential societies. Create dense early use basis. When your neighbors use it every day, you try it. So when try it once, you come back. We will work on that principle. Every challenge has a realistic evidence-based response. That is what separates a sustainable business strategy from an optimist slide desk. So I have 4 recommendations, sharp and direct. 1. Launch in Bangalore and Chandigarh first, where regulatory and demographic conditions are most favorable. Prove the model, then scale to Delhi, Mumbai and Hyderabad. Partnering with Mahindra Logistics or a comparable Indian operator for local regulatory knowledge and the supply chain and also community trust. 18 to 20 rupees per trip, tiered subscription or B2B campus contract to anchor utilization in year 1. Build community ownership, local job, repair hub, cycling safety programs. This we can do. These make the business welcome in cities rather than tolerate it. So together these recommendations I deliver against SDG 3 like 10, 11 and 13 health, equality, sustainable city and climate with a financial model that is built to sustain itself commercially. I want to close by coming back to where we started. Sustainability is not just a trend. It is not a market strategy. It is not something you bolt onto a business plan to make it sound better. Sustainability is its trust sense. It's the question you whether the world we leave behind it better or worse than the one we inherited. And that question applied to the air in Delhi's street, the commute of a nurse in Bangalore, to the climate commitment that nations made in Paris, to the jobs in communities that we have been left behind by economic growth that didn't reach them. A rental bicycle seems like a small thing, and in isolation, maybe it is. But when you deeply 60,000 of them across 5 of the world's most congested, most polluted, fastest growing cities, when you make clean, affordable transport accessible to millions of people who currently have none, when you build a financial viable business that grows by solving a public problem rather than just creating one, that is sustainability. Not just a concept, as a practice. 2 wheels, 1 app, 20 rupees, and a genuinely better city for everyone in it. Thank you for listening. Bye bye. That's it for today.